hope you don't see my feet. They're so dirty. I've been earthing.
Sulforaphane.
Sulforaphane. Sulforaphane. Glucoraphanin. Glucoraphanin. That's how I think it is. I think it's glucoraphanin. I think it's glucoraphanin. But let's see what YouTube says. Let's see. Do you ever do this? Do you ever, like, when you want to pronounce something, you put in whatever the word is?
Sulforaphane is a small molecule
See,
that was discovered in broccoli
sulforaphane
by Paul Talalay and Yushin Zhang, his student at
Okay. But she says glucoraphanin. Why aren't you saying it?
Glucoraphanin.
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 Glucoraphanin. I don't.
Glucoraphanin.
No. Glucoraphanin. I don't buy it. Yes, we're going to be talking about these big words today. Because sulforaphane is absolutely an amazing compound for anti-aging. So we're going to talk about it. I was going to say healthy aging, but anti-aging too. I mean, like, to actually slow down all-cause mortality and age-related illnesses. Okay, we're going to look at myrosinase pronunciation.
Myrosinase.
Myrosinase. If I were stranded on a deserted island with a potable source of water, it could only have one thing. You know what it would be? It would be a sprouting kit with a giant bag of seeds, like broccoli or like a super antioxidant seed mix, broccoli, kohlrabi. And you know why? Because they contain tons and tons of sulforaphane. So that's what I would do. That's what I would bring with me. In fact, I'm going to be going on a cruise soon. Note to self, I need to leave room in my luggage to put a couple mason jars, a mesh top, and a big bag of seeds. Because like a big bag of seeds is going to last me for months. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be like, and I'm going to do a video on it. I'm going to be like going on a cruise prepper style. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. So, hi, I'm Stevie Lynn, and welcome to Stevie's Earth-Based Kitchen. And today we're going to be talking about an extremely promising anti-aging compound that you can access just by eating the right food in the right way. It's called, say it with me, sulforaphane. Sulforaphane. And it can provide cancer protection, suppression of inflammation, blood sugar regulation. It can strengthen our immunity, protect against neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, and help us lose visceral fat like this, the menopausal tummy, and all these things that happen as we get older. All of these things are considered age-related diseases or ailments. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you the various ways to get more sulforaphane, get lots of sulforaphane into your body with some simple recipes and techniques. I will also be talking a lot about sprouting, because sprouting is the most efficient, cheapest way to get sulforaphane. And I will show you exactly how to sprout, because it's very, very easy. I'll also leave a link to my sprouting store on Amazon in case you want to get a sprouting kit, or if you want to purchase the Sprout book by Doug Evans. He wrote an incredibly comprehensive book. I am an Amazon market partner, so I will get a micro commission. I mean, it's like pennies, but I will get a small commission if you choose to purchase from that link. And if you do, thank you so much for supporting this channel. Another way you can support it is by subscribing, and that's totally free, or hitting the like button if you're not ready to make a commitment yet. I understand. Okay, so I just started sprouting a few months back, and it's gone from being an obsession of mine to just something that I do daily, like it's just part of my routine, like making coffee. The benefits are totally science-backed and yet magical, and perfect for people like me who think that they can't grow anything. I did a video earlier this year where I was talking about my garden aspirations. I had such great expectations this year. And I got 3 radishes out of it. I've yet to fail sprouts. They take up very little space, like just 2 mason jars in my kitchen. And here is the magical part. They need no light or soil, just water. And yet these are more nutrient dense. These are a mix of seeds, but let's say these were broccoli sprouts. These are more nutrient dense than the broccoli itself. Figure that out, Merlin. Sulforaphane is a natural plant compound in lots of cruciferous veggies. And I mean like broccoli, cabbage, kale, kohlrabi, cauliflower. And if you regularly eat these veggies, you're gonna get the benefits of sulforaphane. It's best to eat them raw. Yeah, so if you eat your cruciferous veggies raw, you're gonna get more sulforaphane. If you eat the sprouts of your cruciferous veggies raw, you're gonna get 25 times more sulforaphane. And other cruciferous veggies don't actually have sulforaphane themselves. What they have is a compound called glucoraphanin. This is a precursor to sulforaphane, and it will convert to sulforaphane in the presence of an enzyme called myrosinase and water. It needs myrosinase and water. So when you bite into the sprout, the myrosinase and the glucoraphanin, they get enmeshed, they mix up, they get like with our saliva and everything. So it converts into sulforaphane. And it does this with mammals as well. Sulforaphane has anti-inflammatory effects. And you know when you hear about things, how they affect the cardiovascular system, they're anti-cancer, they're this, they're that, they're this or that. A lot of that comes down to being anti-inflammatory. So sulforaphane is anti-inflammatory. It protects our heart. It lowers our risk of cancer, especially like prostate and breast cancer. It stimulates cellular growth, gives us a little cell love, lowers fasting blood sugar levels in people with type 2 diabetes, and lowers cholesterol. It also can destroy H. pylori. This Helicobacter pylori is a gram-negative flagellated helical bacterium. Oh God, that sounds awful. It's like, what does it do? It's like for ulcers. Sulforaphane also supports our immune system. And as I mentioned before, it's protective against neurodegenerative disease, and it might even have some benefits for people with autism. If you wanted to use frozen veggies, the problem with frozen veggies, like a bag of frozen broccoli, is it doesn't contain sulforaphane because before they froze it, they cooked it at a really high heat. They flash cooked it. I can't remember what you call it, but not parb. They cooked it really fast, and they killed the myrosinase in the frozen broccoli, increases shelf life. But you could still get sulforaphane from frozen broccoli. But what you have to do is you have to add it in later because the glucoraphanin is not heat sensitive. It can live through the heat, so the precursor in the broccoli will be fine. It's just the myrosinase that dies. So what you need to do, you just cook your frozen broccoli like you're going to. Afterwards, once it's cooked, remember the glucoraphanin will still be in it. You need to add myrosinase to it. And you can add myrosinase by adding fresh cruciferous veggies, mustard, like mustard greens, or just ground mustard. You just need like a pinch of it. That's all you need. And it will activate the enzymatic action and create the sulforaphane. And then you'll have sulforaphane that way. So if you cook your veggies, you're also going to lose the myrosinase. So what you need to do, because you know what else is not heat sensitive? Sulforaphane. Sulforaphane, it does not get killed by heat. So what you need to do is you need to just create the sulforaphane before you cook it. So you take your cauliflower, broccoli, whatever it is that you're going to cook, chop it up. Just like chop it up, put it in a bowl. I like to put them in a bowl so they're kind of crowded in on each other. And then just leave it there for about 40 minutes. So this would be something that you would, this would be like your like prep. If you're planning your dinner later on in the day, in the morning, you could just chop up your veggies and put them in the fridge. And they will mingle together and trigger the enzymatic action, and they will create sulforaphane. And then you can cook your veggies. Because once the sulforaphane is there, it's not going to be cooked up. So the first thing you need to do before sprouting is just make sure that all your equipment is clean. This is really important. Like, you want to wash everything, including your counter space, just all the elements of your sprouting kit. Now, I just put 2 tablespoons, and that is actually a tablespoon, right? It's a 2 tablespoon right there. I put 2 tablespoons in each of these wide mouth mason jars. And then I'm making sure the water is cool. And then I'm just going to soak it. I'm just going to pour, half of it full of water. Assemble it. And just put it into a dark place in the kitchen. It doesn't have to be complete darkness. It doesn't really even have to be dark, actually. But for the next couple of days, you are going to be rinsing your seeds a couple times a day. So I like to keep the mason jars next to my sink so as to remind me to rinse them, whenever I go to my sink, because you can't rinse them too much. You could just rinse them too little. Like, the point is that you just want to keep the seeds wet and washed. You want to kind of wash away bacteria and stuff too. You also want to move the seeds around in the jar so they stick to the sides and don't bunch up anywhere. People recommend that you use a salad spinner to dry out your sprouts, but I don't have one and I don't have a space for one. So I just dry them out with a flour sack cloth, and I leave them on my counter for a couple of hours, and then I put them in a jar with a cloth inside to soak up some of the moisture and store it in my fridge. Hello. Hi there. Okay, we are going to make a salad, an edamame salad. And the first thing I need to do is make dressing. So this salad is going to be high in sulforaphane because we're going to be using that broccoli carrot coleslaw package. It's going to be quick and easy. I was like, I'm just going to make the dressing, and then I'm going to make the salad, and I'm going to put it all together, and we're going to be done. But I wanted it to be an edamame salad, and that requires this to be cooked. And we'll just get that going while we make the dressing, which is super quick. Making a mess. Okay, I'm just putting it in the basket. That's it. That's it. Some of it went down under the basket, but that's okay. I'll fish it out later. Okay. So, remind me to turn that down once it starts going. On to our salad dressing. It's super easy. It's totally whole foods, except if you want to add a little bit of sesame oil, which gives it such great flavor. So, but sesame oil isn't technically whole foods because it's processed. It's an oil. But everything else is totally whole foods. What we're gonna do is make like an Asian kind of style dressing. You can make it with peanut butter, tahini, almond butter. I actually prefer this with almond butter, but I don't have almond butter. So we're doing it with peanut butter. I have tahini too, but I'm not doing the tahini. I want to save the tahini because I have more uses for the tahini, but this peanut butter needs to get used. So we're doing the peanut butter today. Basically, I'm putting about this much, a third of a cup maybe. Just popping it in there. And for sweetness, I'm using some dates. You can use maple syrup. I'm using this about an inch of washed ginger. I didn't peel it because there's nutrition in the peel. Turmeric too, I just pulled an eye off of it. It's not every day that you see turmeric at the grocery store. I get it at the co-op, but if you have turmeric, why not? Totally optional ingredient. I'm also going to add a little bit of miso, about a teaspoon. Not that much. Liquid aminos, because I don't do gluten well. You could do soy sauce or tamari. Couple tablespoons. Carrots. 1 clove of garlic. And then we're going to add some fruit. We'll just try 1 orange so far. 1 lime. Teaspoon or so of rice vinegar. Oh, and the sesame oil. Doing about a half a teaspoon right now. I'm gonna blend this real quick and see how it tastes, and yeah, I'll be right back. So I'm gonna taste this. This isn't quite blended because the blades are too low. I can add liquid, but I'm gonna give it a taste to see where we're at. To know what kind of liquid I want to add. Do I want to add water? Do I want to add another orange? Let's see. Do I need to add more soy sauce or liquid aminos? It smells so good. Ooh. We're going to do another orange and some water. It's pretty flavorful. So we're doing 2 oranges. Oops, there's a little seed in there. I got to get the seed out. I'm going to put a little bit more rice vinegar. Just a little bit more soy sauce. I think, well, let's see how this goes. This is it right now. That's yummy. Hey. Why did I make a mess? I hate making a mess. I'm making a mess. I see all these videos on YouTube and they just and do everything so nice and neat. And then I try and do it and everything just goes everywhere. Okay. I'm still getting it everywhere. I could get it smoother. I could add a little, I could just get it a little smoother. But it's just me tonight. It's just me eating. So I'm keeping it this way. Yes, I deserve perfectly smooth salad dressing. I do. I really do. But I also just deserve to chill. I'm gonna take the chill option today. Beautiful, huh? I could eat from this bowl, but I'm not going to. I'll feel overwhelmed. We're going to toss it. You know what I like to put in salads like this? Are avocados too. But I don't have any avocados that are ready. Probably should let this sit for a little bit because we'll soften the broccoli and the carrots. We have it, one of the healthiest salads you could ever have. So tasty. I could use more dressing though. I mean, to be honest. But it's really good. Hello? I need you. This dressing is so good. I love it. Okay, I always have to put an apron on because I am such a slob and my boobs catch everything. So I end up always like with stains. Like, yeah, the struggle is real. I really wanted to have some avocado toast because I really, really love avocado toast with sprouts on them, with like tomatoes and sprouts, or radishes and sprouts, or cucumbers and sprouts, you know, that kind of thing. I like an open-faced sandwich, basically. I love it. But as it goes, my avocados, they're not ready yet. And I could have put one in a paper bag last night and it probably would have been ready this morning because there's one that's kind of ripe. But I didn't do that. So no avocado toast for me. But you know what? I can do something just as good. Remember the edamame that we had yesterday when I made that edamame crunchy rainbow salad? I'm gonna turn this into hummus. This really makes an incredible hummus. It's bugs. It's so good. It's my favorite hummus actually. And you know, we're gonna make it in my food processor here. This one sticks too much. Super, super simple. I just keep my food processor on my counter all the time because I use it so much. Crush some garlic. Okay. They don't make garlic like they used to. I remember when it would just come out of the shell. I don't know what happened. This generation of garlic, they're just hard to handle. Okay. Put that in there. Tahini. About that much tahini. I don't use oil, so we use a bit of tahini. I'm not like trying to be low fat necessarily. I mean, a little bit. Just whole food. When it comes to fat, I want it to be attached to its entire being. I like a lot of basil. So put some, that's a lot. Just a lot of basil. But it's gonna be good to me. I just turn on the griddle so I can start toasting some rye bread. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Volkarnat, whatever bread. It's like 100% pure rye bread. And I'm experimenting with this to see if I can get away with, you know, eating bread that is not like a gluten-free style of bread. Like maybe it's just the wheat gluten that I have a problem with. I'm actually making a rye bread sourdough starter too because I want to make it myself. Like gluten-free bread is not healthy for you and it's super expensive and you just never really get a lot. Like it's either really airy and normal sized, very dense and small size. Like the hamburger buns are tiny. Like why do they think we don't want to eat? There's no seeds in this one. Bravo. Okay, I'm gonna add some, let's taste it. I've got my lemon. Throw another garlic clove in there. We're gonna go for a little bit more fat. It's not whole food, But my sister sent me these beautiful olive oils for my birthday. I just turned 53. And I'm going to use some of this lemon cold pressed olive oil. I think it will be good. Yeah, that's good. It looks good. Okay, let's put it together. Okay. We're just gonna put some tomatoes on it. So, a little salt. Sprouts. I love it. So good. So healthy. I feel like I'm super nourishing myself. Okay. I'm going to make a green tea latte too. Ohio State. My husband's from Ohio. So now we're going to make a really super easy pasta, repurposing the edamame hummus that we made earlier. Yeah, like this whole video, I'm just repurposing things, right? So I air fried the broccoli and I seasoned it first with just a tad bit of oil and salt and pepper. And then I chopped up a tomato, a fresh tomato, and that's the hummus right next to it. I heat up some pasta. That's a Bonza chickpea pasta. Throw in some tomatoes, throw in the broccoli, throw in the hummus, and then I add a little bit of lemon and a little bit of water to just thin it out a little bit. And that's that. If you've been paying attention, you will notice that I didn't put any mustard seed or any myrosinase in my pasta in order to activate the sulforaphane in the broccoli. Oops.